Let's now cross live to Rahul Kamal for a special episode of Newsroom.
Good evening and a warm welcome. The newsroom is where the news is, and the news tonight is in Bhopal, where India Today's relentless coverage of the Vyapam scam has finally forced Madhya Pradesh Chief Minister Shivraj Singh Chouhan to order a CBI probe. This is what he yesterday said was legally impermissible and would have been a contempt of court. Well, within 12 hours of our interview, the government's position on a CBI probe changed completely, and this afternoon the Chief Minister said he would write to the courts asking for a CBI probe. Over the next half an hour, as we focus on the Vyapam scam, we want to run away from the talking heads, because you can't really understand the Vyapam story by sitting and yelling in a studio in Delhi. You need to be here with boots on the ground in Madhya Pradesh. And India Today's correspondents have fanned across the state to get you three hard-hitting stories, exposés that reveal just how devious the investigation in the Vyapam case has been. I kickstart the newsroom tonight by looking at the case of Namrata Damor. Now, Namrata Damor was supposedly found dead on a railway track in Ujjain. The STF says she committed suicide. Now, this is the case that my colleague Akshay Singh was investigating when he passed away suddenly. We sent Kamlesh Sutar to Jhabua in Madhya Pradesh to investigate this case. His brief was simple and clear: complete the investigation that Akshay started. What you will see will shock you, because the official post-mortem report, remember, the official medical record of Namrata Damor's death reveals that she died of strangulation, she died of lack of oxygen. The cops say she came in front of a running train and died. They say she committed suicide. But the official post-mortem report says what the cops are saying is not true. This seems to be a case of murder, not suicide. This is part one of the Vyapam X-Files. This is an India Today national exclusive. Here's my colleague, Kamlesh Sutar.
Namrata Damor. Vyapam scam suspect. Found dead on the railway tracks in Ujjain in 2012. Death termed as suicide. Namrata Damor is one of the most mysterious deaths related to the Vyapam scam. And her first post-mortem report could be one of the biggest revelations in the scam. Namrata's first post-mortem report says that she was smothered to death and the cause of her death was violent asphyxia. The report, which has been accessed by India Today, turns the suicide story completely on its head.
3-4 महीने बाद अगर कुछ दूसरे डॉक्टर से ये प्रमाणित कराए कि ये यहाँ आना इसके आत्महत्या की या है ना खुद, तो संभव है क्या भाई? इस बात पर उस समय वो डॉक्टर को इस बात पर अगर देख कर कहता है तो भाई एक अलग बात थी. बाद में किसी प्रकरण को दबाने के लिए किसी को कुछ लिखवा ले.
Namrata, a student of MGM Medical College Indore, was found dead near the railway tracks at the Kayata village in Ujjain on January 7, 2012. A week after, she was reported missing from the college hostel. Namrata is on the list of suspects who cleared the PMT 2010, allegedly using unfair means. Her cell phone records reveal that she received several calls from Vishal, another suspect in the scam, just minutes before her death. Whistleblowers in the scam suspect a larger conspiracy to which Namrata could well have fallen prey to. There is also a strong suspicion that young girls who were a part of the scam were used perhaps as honey traps, and that Namrata could have been the one who knew too much.
सारी मौतें संदेहास्पद हैं, चाहे डॉक्टर साकल्य की डेथ हो या डॉक्टर शर्मा की डेथ हो, और आज भी एक सुबह डेथ हुई है। अब मौतों का सिलसिला रुक नहीं रहा और मुझे लग रहा है पता नहीं कहाँ जाके थमेगा। जल्द से जल्द भारत सरकार को, गृह मंत्रालय को इस पर संज्ञान लेना होगा।
Namrata's family alleges that political pressure in early stages led to flawed investigations and that it was Hoshangabad MLA who directed the police to go easy on the suspects. It was this mysterious death that India Today correspondent Akshay Singh had set out to solve. It would end up being Akshay's last assignment.
So far, the family alleges that the investigations have been shoddy and a detailed probe into Namrata's death will not only nab her killers but will also nab the real culprits behind the serial deaths in the Vyapam scam. With camera person Kiran Sapkal, Kamlesh Sutar in Jhabua for India Today.
Shocking, absolutely shocking. The cops have been crying themselves hoarse, saying that this is a case of suicide. Simple ground investigation by my colleague Kamlesh Sutar shows that this wasn't suicide. She was strangulated, and this is there in the post-mortem report itself. It's not a claim by the family of the deceased. This is there in the official post-mortem report. As I said, India Today has boots on the ground. This is not a story you can tell by sitting in the studios. You need to be here investigating this case in Madhya Pradesh, and that's exactly what my colleague Kamlesh Sutar has been doing through the day. He's joining us this evening live from Jhabua. He's been speaking to the family members, and the family members would be relieved at one level, Kamlesh, that this truth is finally beginning to come out into the public, because so far they'd been claiming that no, our daughter didn't commit suicide, something far more sinister happened. The cops have been saying that no, she committed suicide. Is the family relieved that at least now there will be a CBI probe and hopefully the truth will emerge?
Well, there's no sense of closure for them, but they feel good that the probe has been, the state government at least has shown some signs they want to hand over the case to the CBI. They think that there will be a fair probe. The family has been running from pillar to post. An old father has been running from one authority to the other, claiming that my daughter hasn't committed suicide from day one. It's very interesting. Till the body was unclaimed, they said that it's a case of smothering. The girl died of asphyxia, lack of oxygen. But when the identity was revealed, they started claiming that it's a case of suicide, and a suicide in front of the train when she jumped off a train without any fractures. Very strange. The family has been pinpointing towards that, but that wasn't listened. It went unheard. But now with the CBI probe, they say that if the CBI probes the matter, they expect that the inquiry could be fair, at least not a sense of closure, but at least some satisfaction for the family, which was struggling.
But what I don't understand, Kamlesh, is that how is it that for so long this matter didn't come out? Now, there's so many journalists here in Madhya Pradesh. People have been tracking the story, yet everyone's been projecting this to be a case of suicide, whereas the original post-mortem reports, as you've brought out during this investigation, shows that no, this wasn't suicide, this was murder. So what was happening all this while? How did the cops get away by claiming that this was a case of suicide? Explain these discrepancies, Kamlesh.
When the body was claimed by the family, the body was exhumed. It was cremated as an unclaimed body. The family got to know about a body found near a railway track, and the body had to be exhumed, and another post-mortem was conducted. Now, since the needle of suspicion was also on Namrata Damor as one of aspirants who had cleared the exams through unfair means, then things started revolving into a different manner altogether. The cops started claiming another autopsy was conducted, and the second autopsy, which was conducted almost after a month after the body was exhumed, claimed that the initial post-mortem that was conducted, which was conducted by experts at the Ujjain hospital, some of them MD forensic experts, that was overturned. That was very strange. That created a needle of suspicion that Namrata Damor could have been one of the most important clues, one of the most important links in the entire Vyapam scam. She was linked to some of the kingpins, some of the big names that came up in the investigation. investigations later. One of the main accused was in touch with Namrata Damor till the very last moment before she died. The phone records reveal that, but that case, in a hush way, the case was being put under the mattress, and the cops were doing a shoddy investigations. Even there was political pressure when some of the suspects were brought to the police station. A local MLA tried to pressurize the cops to get them along. So there was continuous pressure. The family was left to run from pillar to post. There was no one who could hear them, and that is for the last 3 years. An important fact lies in the first post-mortem that was conducted on Namrata Damor clearly said that he was smothered to death, but that went unheard. Nobody paid attention to that. And now, since the case gathered momentum and we brought out this fact, at least there are some people who believe that Namrata Damor was could have been actually murdered, and it wasn't a case of suicide as it was presented by the authorities and the investigating agencies.
Well, this Kamlesh has been an eye-opening investigation, and I'm glad at different levels, because this is also the story that Akshay Singh was on when he passed away suddenly. And you know, I'm glad that we've been able to put this out in the public domain so that people understand what Akshay was investigating, and also understand the significance of what you're watching on the newsroom tonight. This wasn't a case of suicide, which is what the cops have been claiming. The post-mortem report itself shows that this was murder. And you've got Sadanand Gowda, the law minister, saying that Vyapam scam is simple, it's silly, the Prime Minister need not comment on this. Well, Mr. Gowda, I hope that you're watching the newsroom tonight, because the Vyapam scam is deeply sinister. It is anything but simple and silly. Kamlesh Sutar, for that eye-opening investigation, thank you very much, and I hope that we stay committed to this story and keep tracking different aspects. Now, one of the other very important developments has been the explosive interview that Uma Bharti gave us yesterday. It's led to a massive political earthquake in Madhya Pradesh, with everyone discussing it. It's pushed Shivraj Singh Chouhan on the back foot. She's the one who said there must be a CBI probe. She also alleged that the Indore crime branch was being unfair, that while she was being singled out, indirectly she indicated that Shivraj Singh Chouhan was being given a long rope, that the cops weren't investigating his possible involvement. So she's essentially saying, and I want to put this in context so that you understand what you're about to see next and the significance of the story that you will see. Uma Bharti said that she had a staff officer who was staying in her house, who was an accused in the Vyapam case. Because he was involved in the Vyapam case, she was made an accused and her name's on the FIR. Whereas Shivraj Chouhan's personal secretary, his official personal secretary, used to sit in his office and is accused of having helped 200 people get admission in Vyapam. He's been charge-sheeted. He was given anticipatory bail, but Shivraj Singh Chouhan's role was never investigated. Did the Chief Minister know what his secretary was up to? This was never looked at by the investigating agencies. They gave Shivraj a clean chit. So Uma Bharti says that the cops are being unfair. Is that really true? My colleague Arvind Oja spent the entire day going through the FIRs that have been lodged, the charge sheet that's been presented, going through the court proceedings, tracking the orders in the court to establish whether what Uma Bharti is saying is true or not. Has the probe by the Madhya Pradesh crime branch been slanted and biased towards some? Here is the second part of the Vyapam X-Files. My colleague Arvind Oja reports for the newsroom.
The former and current chief ministers of Madhya Pradesh. One, an accused in the Vyapam scam, the other battling allegations. In an explosive interview to India Today, Uma Bharti alleged that she was being unfairly targeted.
मैं बहुत चिंतित हूँ, मैं शिवराज जी से बात करने वाली हूँ या उनको पत्र भी लिखने वाली हूँ आज में, कि कहीं ऐसा ना हो कि जिनके नाम मेरे नाम के साथ जोड़ दिए गए, वो जो खिलवाड़ हुआ, ऐसा ना हो कि ये बेचारे किसी प्रताड़ना के शिकार हो जाएं और वही उसी हादसे के दौर से गुजर जाए। मैं उनकी जीवन रक्षा के लिए चिंतित हूँ.
She also accused the Madhya Pradesh cops of shielding Chief Minister Shivraj Singh Chouhan.
पंडित लीलाधर पचौरी, जिसकी नियुक्ति नहीं हुई, जिसने किसी की नियुक्ति नहीं करवाई, खाली उसके नंबर बढ़ गए, वो भी इस रिक्वेस्ट पर उसने कहीं किसी से की कि मेरी नौकरी लगा दीजिए, और उसके आगे मेरा एड्रेस लिखा था, उस पर FIR दर्ज हो गई और FIR में मेरा नाम डाल करके कोर्ट को भेज दिया गया.
Uma Bharti's claims are not unfounded. While allegations against Uma Bharti's staffer Leeladhar Pachori and Shivraj Singh Chouhan's personal secretary are almost identical, the investigations in two cases is completely different. Uma Bharti's staffer Leeladhar Pachauri is listed as an accused in the Vyapam scam. He had given his address as B6 Shamala Hills, which is the government residence of Uma Bharti in Bhopal. Shivraj Singh Chouhan's personal secretary Prem Chand Prasad has been charge-sheeted in the Vyapam scam for allegedly securing admissions for more than 200 students, including his own daughter. He was charge-sheeted but released on anticipatory bail by the High Court, while other Vyapam accused have not even been granted bail. Prasad has now gone underground and no one has been able to track him down. Uma Bharti has been made an accused in the case on the basis of the fact that Pachauri worked for her. But no investigation has been initiated against Shivraj Chouhan to see whether the CM's personal secretary was acting on his own or on the instructions of his boss. A whistleblower has put out call details and SMS records of Shivraj Singh Chouhan's wife, where allegedly she is in touch with Shivraj Singh Chouhan's PS about Vyapam admissions.
Destruction of evidence, what they did in the past, what about that? Are the investigation agencies are capable to find that out?
Startling allegations and unanswered questions that keep tumbling out like skeletons from the Vyapam closet. With Rahul Kaval in Bhopal, Bureau Report, India Today.
Now, these are some of the concerns that the CBI will need to focus at. So far, obviously, because the Madhya Pradesh police reports to the Home Department, which is controlled by the state government, there has been a doubt about whether the probe has been true or not. Activists, people in Madhya Pradesh are hoping that the CBI probe will be a fair, thorough and transparent probe. Well, yesterday, the Madhya Pradesh Chief Minister, in an exclusive interview we did, in fact, the only interview he's done on the Vyapam scam, has said that there was no need for a CBI probe. He said that going to the courts, telling them to transfer this to the CBI would be, in some senses, disrespectful to the courts that are monitoring this probe. He also said it was legally infeasible. So, what changed in 12 hours? Why did Shivraj Singh Chouhan suddenly come under so much pressure that he was forced to order a CBI probe? We get you the inside story on why the Chief Minister had to make a complete U-turn. Is this an attempt to cut his losses, to damage control? Here is a special report put together by our Political Bureau.
माननीय हाई कोर्ट को एक अनुरोध पत्र भेज रहा हूं कि व्यापम मामले की जांच वो सीबीआई से कराने की कृपा करें.
Madhya Pradesh Chief Minister Shivraj Singh Chouhan giving in to public demand on the gory Vyapam scam.
पिछले दिनों जैसा वातावरण बना है, विशेषकर दुर्भाग्यपूर्ण घटना हुई, मृत्यु हुई. हमारे एक पत्रकार मित्र को भी हमने खोया. उसके बाद से लगातार ऐसा वातावरण बना हुआ था कि जांच आखिर सीबीआई से क्यों नहीं.
The CBI probe request comes after a week of news reporting on the state's lethal scam. Just 24 hours ago, Shivraj and the centre had ruled out a CBI investigation.
मेरा केवल इतना कहना है कि जिस जांच से हाई कोर्ट इनकार कर चुका है, सीबीआई की जांच से सुप्रीम कोर्ट इनकार कर चुके हैं, आज अगर मैं कहता हूं कि सीबीआई की जांच हो तो ये हाई कोर्ट की अवमानना भी होगी, ये अविश्वास भी होगा.
Obviously, you know, in the interview that I did, before the interview, after the interview, you could clearly see Shivraj Singh Chouhan very worried, anxious, rattled. You know, he's saying, people around him said, "Grahan lag gaya." You know, there seems to be something wrong with Madhya Pradesh at this time. We worked so hard over the past decade. Now suddenly things seem to be falling apart. That pressure is beginning to take a toll. There's absolutely no doubt about it. You know, you can sense that he's a man who's marked and he's a man who's under pressure.
मैं खुद भयभीत और चिंतित हूँ कि कब इज्जत की धज्जियां उड़ जाएंगी. मुझे खुद नहीं पता. I'm so scared.
Scorched by internal wrangling within the BJP and a relentless opposition onslaught, the move has failed to impress the Congress.
We would like the whole investigation to be done by CBI under the close monitoring by an SIT appointed by Honorable Supreme Court.
But Vyapam's bloody trail continues. On Monday night, the scam claimed its third victim in as many days. Constable Ramakant Sharma, a reported middleman in the case, was found hanging from a ceiling fan. More Vyapam skeletons are expected to tumble out of the sinister closet, with the Supreme Court hearing all the pleas related to the murky scam on Thursday. A scam smeared with unexplained deaths and allegations of foul play. Will a CBI probe in the Vyapam scam unravel India's most baffling puzzle? With Rahul Kanwal and Kamlesh Sutar in Bhopal, Bureau Report, India Today.
The CBI is now going to probe the Vyapam scam, and the most important line of investigation will be a CD that was unearthed by Prashant Pandey. Prashant Pandey is a whistleblower in the Vyapam case. He was engaged as an IT technical expert by the Special Task Force to try and help retrieve the hard disk contents of one of the main accused. Now, there was one person who was making a list of all the admissions that were done in Vyapam by seeing who was making these requests and had noted all of this down on an Excel sheet. He deleted the Excel sheet and the hard disk contents before the cops got active. But that's when Prashant Pandey was brought in. His job was to try and retrieve that disk, which he says he's been able to. Now, the STF so far claims that the contents put out by Prashant Pandey are fake. He insists that they're true. He's also got a certificate from the Truth Labs, which is a private forensics lab in Gujarat, to say that his contents are true. I want to go across now to Prashant Pandey, one of the most important whistleblowers in the Vyapam scam, and now the Chief Minister's fate literally hinges on what the CBI determines about the CD that's been put together by Prashant Pandey. Prashant, welcome. Now, you've released an Excel sheet which has references to the Chief Minister's office 48 times, suggesting that in at least 48 cases, the order to try and get someone admitted through Vyapam came directly from the Chief Minister's office. Now, if that is true, there's big trouble for Shivraj Singh Chouhan. But so far, the STF says that that CD that you have is fake, it's fabricated. Now that the CBI is taking over, are you confident that your investigation or your CD will stand the test of this probe?
For that I would like to mention one thing very clearly, that I didn't give a single Excel sheet. I had given number of files. Among them were some system files as well. A person can create or temper a single individual data file if he want to, but he cannot create the system files, the data files. और जहाँ तक सवाल बाकी कोर्ट का ये कहने का है कि it is forged or like that, so I request you to get through the orders whatever they have mentioned, and in fact few times earlier I came to know that those people didn't even examine my pen drive itself yet. It is still in sealed cover. Then how can they conclude it forged without even getting through the contents of it?
The BJP's charge, Prashant, is that you're a Congress agent, that you're working closely with Digvijay Singh, the Congress puts you up, they're taking care of you and your family, and that, you're essentially a political tool, that you're not an independent IT expert as you claim to be, that your actions are politically motivated.
I would like to mention here another thing is they can do anything. The BJP peoples, as I have mentioned initially itself, that the way they were approaching to the peoples, the government, especially MP government has no kind of ethics remains. The MP police is exactly working without any law and order, without following constitution. So they can do, or saying that I am connected to Congress is quite obvious for me. Rest is, if you said I am a Congress person, so here I would like to mention one thing, that I didn't share any information